This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, we got UFC Fight Week. We got PFL Fight Week. We got Bellator Fight Week. We got a lot of fights. We got Diego Sanchez. He's scared of the UFC. They're going to kill him? All right, let's go. With the MMA. Holes. Yeah, baby. Hello, everyone. I hope you are wonderful. JBM will be with us shortly. Has a baby to take care of here, and she'll be ready to rock with us. It's good to see everyone in the chat. We have a lot of things to get to, a lot of fights. 3 in a row fight buddies on this channel. Tomorrow, Thursday night for PFL, Friday for Bellator, and Saturday for the UFC. We'll be here partying and hanging.
Hanging with the boys.
With the boys. I hope everyone is wonderful in the chat as we're starting this puppy up. And look at the picture that circulated a little while back of Diego Sanchez and his coach. Some people say it was romantic. Some people would say whatever. A lot of people are saying stuff, and Diego Sanchez finally really spoke out on this situation. And I have to say, I was very intrigued by this interview. Now, Drunk Savage put it on the MMAHoles.com, so go to the MMAHoles.com and check it out on our chat room section over there. I'll show you right here. There we go, the MMAHoles.com, and this is our news section over here. If you back that ass up, you got this. And a whole bunch of threads. Drunk Savage dropped it over... And very nice job by Drunk Savage on dropping here. I don't know, just scroll through, you'll find it. Oh, there it is. Interview with Diego Sanchez. So it was some guy that was twitching like crazy. That was, I have to admit, it was a little distracting. I think he has Tourette's or something, and that's fine. I have no problem with people with Tourette's. But, yeah, he was just like, in the middle of the interview, he's just like he was like doing these weird faces, and I had to rewind it a couple of times because I was like I get startled. I'm like, is he laughing at Diego? Like, what's happening here? Anyway, it was like a 45-minute interview, and it never finished. They had to legit cut him off because he just kept rambling about the whole situation. Now, for those of you that don't know, Diego Sanchez is a legend, and we'll get to this whole legend thing, of the UFC. The man's been around forever. The guy is he's a beast, man. This guy was so much fun to watch fight, and it's sad to see him part ways with the UFC. Just poof, he's gone. Like, he was supposed to fight Cowboy Cerrone. Like, nah. Now he's not on the roster anymore. The most bizarre exit of a UFC fighter, a guy that was in the Ultimate Fighter, a man that's been around forever. Guys, I mean, was always fun to watch. Even on when he was on his dip, and he wasn't that great anymore, he was still fun to watch. That whole circus with the his coach, I still was interested. A lot of people are giving him heat. And today, well, not today. Well, today I watched the interview, but whatever the interview was, last couple of days ago, or I don't know when, he spoke to the Twitchy guy, and Anthony Smith was the other host. I think it was on Sirius Satellite Radio, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the name of the show. Forgive me about that. Not the greatest interview because, let's be honest, they didn't say a word. It was old Diego Sanchez. I need to have Diego on this show. After watching this, I need him... I got to reach out. I have to reach out to Diego because I want him to be here and I'll let him go for 4 hours. I was intrigued by every word that was coming out of this man's mouth. The interview started in a way where I was like, wow, Diego sounds good. Like, Diego sounds normal. He's making sense. And as he is telling the story of the beginning of his career and you know, where he is now with the UFC, I was kind of buying Diego's side. It got weird when we started talking about the guru. He made some comments, and he basically said that he met this guy. The guy submitted him in a minute, and he just earned his respect immediately. It's not a big guy. He says no one in his career has ever done that, just submitted him like nothing. So he had a lot of respect for this guy and decided to have this guy in his corner. My problem was, as soon as he started talking more about this guy, and the guy that I'm talking about is this Fabia, what is his name? Fabia? I don't know what the hell his name is. But the more he started speaking about him, it sounded like this guy had him brainwashed. You know, and that, it sucked because in the beginning of the interview, that's what I assumed. You know, he had Diego wrapped around his finger. By the way, my baby's Skype calling us right now. We have a Skype. So if you hear crying in the background, it's my baby. In the beginning of the interview, I was saying to myself, wow, he's making a lot of sense here. I'm kind of with Diego. And then he started talking more about this guy, and it just sounds like this guy has him wrapped around his fucking finger. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not there. I'm not in their relationship, you know. But everything he started to say, he started going down this road where everything was fake, conspiracies, Instagram with their fake bots, and fake. And then he discussed how the UFC, like it sounded like he was afraid for his life. He was scared that he doesn't know if he just vanishes. You know, basically saying, is the UFC going to put a hit on him or set him up in a way and kill him? All right. Now, something that I learned, and I didn't know much. I don't know much about Diego Sanchez's personal life. I'm not surprised that he said these things, but he said that he has substance abuse problems. And hearing him talk about the substance abuse problems, it makes sense. A lot of these interviews that he sounded like he was off the wall, maybe he was on something. You know, some people were saying CTE. I mean, how do you get hit that many times and your brain's still intact? Listening to this interview, he sounded normal for the most part until he went down the conspiracy bizarre rabbit hole. And I'm just sitting there. I watched this whole damn thing. And I don't have any attention span. I wouldn't even be watching this. But I'm sitting there. And I'm sucked in. And I'm zoned in on Diego Sanchez just rambling. And the host tried to chime in a couple of times and really didn't have much room to get anything involved into this conversation. It was all Diego. He lost me at the end. And right when it was like getting really, really good, they had to cut it because they had to take a commercial break. So I'm going to throw an invitation out there, Diego Sanchez. I'll slide into your DMs. And I think you should do the show. Now, one's in the chat if you want Diego on the show. I will ask whatever the hell's on my mind if he allows me to say anything, which he probably won't. But I'll try. And I'll be completely transparent and honest with the guy. You know, I'm a fan. Something that he spoke about, and I see the ones in the chat, looks like the people want it. Something he spoke about is a legend thing. I found this fascinating. The word legend is thrown around so much, it kind of doesn't mean anything anymore. Like Diego Sanchez is like, if I'm this legend and this and everyone's calling me a legend, and it seems like he's desensitized to the word legend. If I think of Diego Sanchez, the first thing that jumps into my head, yeah, you're a legend. I've said it a ton of times to athletes and, you know, anyone of celebrity status that I met, and I'll be like this guy Chat Lurker dropping the N-word. What a legend. Thank you, drunk. Not sure what that guy was doing. But yeah, the word legend we throw around way too much. And listening to how Diego Sanchez is like, well, if I'm a legend, you know, why am I being treated this way? And blah, blah, blah. And Dana White won't even sit down and meet with him. Dana White did throw things out about his coach and won't meet with him. I don't understand what the fuck happened. I don't understand why Diego Sanchez is not in the UFC. All I know is Dana White said that his coach is a little cuckoo, right? And then the next thing I know, Cowboy's not fighting him and Diego's cut. Maybe I missed what the answer is. Now help me out in the chat if you listen to the interview. I don't know why Diego's cut. I really don't. Now I understand he's at the tail end of his career. He's pretty much, you know, done when it comes to high level competition. But why was he cut? What is the reason? I never got the answer. Is it his friend Fabia? Help me out, chat. Help me out. But I am like, this interview really got me thinking. Diego always put it on the line and fought with his heart. He sure did. His coach brings too much drama. So, I mean, but still, why not sit down with the... I mean, have we ever seen a fight just fall through because of no injury or anything like that? Just like, we're just going to cut this guy. Cowboy's training for Diego. Diego's training for Cowboy. They get like 100 days or some shit like that. And then poof, the fight's not happening. Joshua Fabia, hold on, excuse me. Well, I lost you. Trying to get all Diego Sanchez medical records, gearing up for a lawsuit. Yeah, this Fabia guy. And this is what's concerning. The things that he was saying, we're recording everything. We're getting all this stuff ready. Like this Fabia guy has Diego wrapped around his finger. Now I understand. Hey, you train with this little 5'2" dude, he submits you in 1 minute. You're like, wait, you know what? This guy knows something, right? I'm a UFC fighter. I'm the legend. And I got this nobody coming over here just submitting me like it's nothing. Yeah, I want to learn more. He was explaining the whole knife thing, and he's talking about he took all his damage his whole career because he was fighting wrong, right? So he goes in there and thinks more defensive. Is it fun for fans? No. But now he's clucking like a chicken and doing some weird-ass shit, but he's not getting hit. So he's not wrong in the fact of trying to change his style at the end of his career to not go crazy and take 1,000,000 punches to the face. I get it. But this Fabia guy, it seems like he wants the limelight, and it seems like when it comes to everything else, he's just leading Diego down this weird rabbit hole. And anytime you say anything negative about this guy, Diego Sanchez's eyes bulge out of his head, and he's just like, now, I have friends. If you say something negative about my friend, I'm like, it's fucked up, and then I move on. This dude here is like, if you say anything negative about Fabia, whatever this dude's name is, Diego Sanchez looks like he's going to go apeshit. Is it CTE? Is it just an example? And I kind of felt bad for Diego. Like I was sitting there and watching him, and he's a guy that he just can't. All he has is fighting. That's it. It's not like he's a super educated guy when it comes to schooling or anything like that. All he has is fighting. He's been doing it for how many years? Almost 20 years. So to see a guy at the end of his career go through something like this, you feel for him. And he started choking up and tearing up when he was discussing the whole UFC. He did everything for this company and for the company to just turn their back on him. You feel for the guy. What's the rest of this story? Now we have Jessie in over here on the side. She's got a boob out and she's got a mouth on her nipple. What do you think?
I don't know. I felt it was weird because the interview that we had seen today was... it felt like the most clear version of Diego Sanchez I had ever seen. Like as weird as it sounds, because a lot of times he's either extremely difficult to understand or he just kind of goes off the beaten path. But everything he was saying in this interview was like it made sense. In
the beginning, like the first half, right?
Yeah.
We were both looking at each other like, this guy is like, he's got it together.
Yeah.
It was really bizarre. Please watch. If you have not seen this interview, please watch it and listen to Diego Sanchez. It started falling apart towards like mid to end. Like it just started just getting all weird. And I don't even think it's CTE.
Well, he said he had substance abuse and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that was a big part. He said he had to put on this whole facade because the UFC wants him to be crazy and whatever. And he says when you hear the fans chanting your name, you fall into this trap, this theatrics. It was
an addiction.
It was an addiction, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything he was saying made sense, except for when his companion, and by the way, he cleared it up, he's not gay.
He said that was HELWANI was the one who kind of sparked that whole thing, and it just took off from there. And he was really offended because he looks at Fabia as like a safe haven, like a best friend, and for people to be throwing around that rumor and making jokes about it, it really bothers him. Conspiracies
are what throw me off the normal train. I know a lot of people love conspiracies, and sometimes I entertain it. It's fun. It's fun to talk about. But then when you really dive in and you're woke and you look into it and you really start preaching this shit and everyone else starts listening to you and you're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like when it starts going down that road that the UFC basically is going to set him up and basically murder him. Like, yeah. I mean, that's what he was implying. And that's when it gets weird.
Yeah, do you want me to read exactly what he said?
Yeah, help me out here. Now, I know a lot of people are like, why are we talking so much about Diego Sanchez? This guy, legend, which, I mean, listen, he is a legend. I understand it's thrown around so much, but the guy, when you think Diego Sanchez, you think a fucking animal.
Yeah.
Has been through everything, great fights. How does the UFC, even though I know he's got a crazy coach, how do they just turn their back on him? I need
Do you
to,
think they turned their back on him, or do you think
sure
there's
as hell
more to
sounds-
the story?
I mean, it has to be more to the story. Yes.
I would think there's more to the story.
So what is... But Dana White just goes out there and says his coach is batshit crazy.
So that tells you that there's more to the story.
So, but still, Diego Sanchez has done a lot for this company, right?
Yeah.
Throughout his career.
Yes.
He's given up his life for this
Right.
company. You would think Dana White would say, hey, I'll talk to you, but it's got to just be you and no coach. Right?
Right.
Like, Dana White should come out and say that. Or someone that a representative, matchmaker or whatever for the UFC should at least do him that favor.
Yeah.
Uriah Faber. Diego Sanchez, then what can he say if he declines that and wants his fucking nutjob cornerman, his BFF, to jump in? Well, then the ball's in the UFC's court. They look great. But right now, after an interview like this, the UFC does not look good at all.
Right.
I know Diego's nutty, but listening to this interview, the UFC's got to do something for the guy.
Well, he also had mentioned it wasn't just like run-ins with Dana White or anything like that. He had run-ins with the commentators and other people affiliated with the company. So it's not like, you know, I'm sure Dana White is a big portion of the problem here, but I wouldn't pin this whole thing on just like one sole party accompanied with the UFC, you know?
UFC, I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping that, you know, they can squash this and Diego Sanchez can get a proper exit from the UFC. I would like to see that. Something else that Diego Sanchez and Anthony Smith chimed in on: fighters getting pissed off at announcers.
Yeah, that's what I was just mentioning, was the commentators.
Yeah. So fighters getting pissed off. Why are the baddest men and the baddest women on the planet so insulted by knuckleheads with microphones?
I don't think it's a matter of them being insulted. You have to remember, it's kind of like, it's exactly what Diego said in the interview, is he put his blood, sweat, and tears into this career, and he fell into the addiction of the fans screaming his name and going for that UFC gold and everything. You have to think, when you put that much work into something, like take this show, for example, you put so much work into it, even when we're not live, right? You're constantly working. So imagine then you have these 4 commentators on the sidelines talking about everything you're doing, and then but they're saying it in a skewed way, right? Mm-hmm. Of course you're going to take offense to that.
You speak up about it and you move on. You don't fucking keep, like, I mean, well, Anthony Smith said he handled his, apparently he was upset about how his fights were handled, or something was handled with the play-by-play team, and he took it behind closed doors. He went to these people and addressed it. Okay, I guess you could do that, but even that is, I mean, why don't you just go on social media and be like, fuck off. Like, who cares? I'm in there fighting. Shut your mouth. You know, just move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the big deal? Why are people offended?
But we've said it ourselves that fighters are some of the more sensitive people.
It's bizarre. And I understand that. Listen.
And you can't really control how someone takes something.
I can.
You know?
I can control everything, Jessie.
Yeah.
That's my job. I control everything. I get it. Fighters, they go through these training camps. They're beating their bodies, their minds up for many months. You know, dieting and weight cutting and all this shit. And then by the time they get there, here they are trying to put on a show. And then you have Joe Rogan, a comedian, as Diego Sanchez was lighting Joe Rogan on fire. Mm-hmm. Just saying stupid shit, like, or things that he finds insulting. I guess I get that. But I mean, to super take something, sticks and stones, motherfucker.
It doesn't always work that way.
Sticks and stones. I mean, these guys could beat the living shit. Like, think about this. Like, Joe Rogan, I know, is a badass. But let's be serious here. If Anthony Smith doesn't like what Joe Rogan's saying, Anthony Smith could fucking bury him. You know? Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, here's what he said. According to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania, longtime UFC welterweight veteran Diego Sanchez, who parted ways with the promotion late last month in the wake of this backstage confrontation, has been looking over his shoulder these last few weeks, afraid that, like Rockwell, somebody is watching him and waiting for a headshot. He told SiriusXM's MMA Today, quote, I'm going to tell you guys frankly right now, I'm fearful for my motherfucking life. I'm fearful that this company, this billion-dollar company monopoly worldwide is going to come after me. Something might happen to me in 2 years, maybe in a couple years. Maybe I wreck my truck. Maybe Diego overdose, some suicide shit. I don't know, but I would not put anything past the level of evil that is within this corporation. Sanchez, who rose to fame on season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, claims to have been around long enough and seen enough shenanigans to blow the whistle on everyone from the top down, including UFC President Dana White, who didn't have many kind words for creepy coach Joshua Fabia. He said, quote,
No one is. So this Joshua Fabia, let's be honest, the only one that's defending him is Diego. Like everyone is on the jump on Fabia train. And I have to be honest.
Or Fabia, whatever you want to.
Fabia, whatever. I have to be honest, though. I get it. And he's saying it's like a mob mentality. A couple people throw an opinion out there, and then everyone jumps on that opinion and agrees with it, right? And that's kind of true.
Right.
In a lot of situations, you'll see someone throw an opinion out there, and then everyone's like, that's right. And then, like, we come on air, and we'll say something completely different, like, you're not listening to the mob. You know, like, so I get what Diego's saying there. You know, it's cool to make fun of this guy that's playing with a knife, right?
Right.
And trying to chase Diego Sanchez around the cage. And then make them cluck like a chicken and shit like that. It's cool to do. Like, some people don't have a brain in their head, so they're like, oh, they find it funny, I'm going to find that funny.
Right, yeah.
So I get that, but at the same time, I listened to the interview, and like I said, I think Diego sounds fantastic. And I think this is where a lot of true Diego Sanchez fans are. I think they're concerned for Diego. They're not making fun of him. They're not trying to make fun of his coach.
No, they are.
Well, yeah, maybe they are. But they're concerned about Diego Sanchez because they're true fans and they want to make sure he's got the right path.
I do believe that. I do believe there's a cluster of fans who actually give a fuck, you know?
I think majority of fans do give a fuck. And Anthony Smith said that too. I'm with Anthony on that. I think majority of fans, I know MMA Twitter is a fucking AIDS fest. I know a lot of chat rooms and any social media. You look on there and you're like, what are these people saying? But for the most part, we had a baby. And I would say 97% of the comments under there were positive.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you this. You look at these athletes, unless you're a fucking Conor McGregor throwing something through a window and terrorizing people, then you're going to get slammed.
Right.
But in situations, right, unless you do something so fucking stupid, for the most part, it's positive. And what happens is a lot of people go online and they just zone in on the fucking 4 or 5 comments. And then
negative ones.
Yeah, and then they just think, oh my God.
Yeah.
The internet's terrible. It really isn't that bad. It's just our mind seems to look at the 20% over the 80%. Majority of people online aren't as bad as we think, you know, or we take it.
As it's perceived.
Yeah. It's weird. It's interesting. And I woke up. I'm woke now. Because I'm starting to read these comments and I'm realizing that your mind goes to stupidity. You watch the dumb shit, but look at all these positive comments.
Yeah.
And I think these athletes get those too, but they zone in on the negative. When you see an athlete retweet something, it's always something negative. If you have 400 people saying, bro, I love you, you're the best, cheers to you. What do they retweet? Go fuck yourself and die.
Well,
right?
I think their intentions are to try and shed a limelight on the nasty people.
Yeah,
in an attempt to get people to go after them, but you're right. It doesn't really do what they want it to do.
Now, if I were to do a bit and make it a segment on ripping them a new asshole and having a little fun, that's fine. If you want to do that, yeah, you make fun of them and then move on. But there are people out there. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. Like, I can't believe you would say. Why would you say that? You know, it's like if someone gets murdered, and then the news blasts that person's face, like the killer's face, all over the fucking news.
Yeah,
you're literally giving that murderer what they want. Now, it's a little extreme analogy, but it's the truth. And it's just like with negative comments.
Yeah.
You blast it on social media, you give it the spotlight, they're going to get what they want. So anyway, we got off the beaten track.
Yes.
Get back into the story, but we got a little donation action going on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
DVSV.
Diego Sanchez was not tapped in the way we are thinking. Different kind of strokes for different kind of folks.
Okay. Listen, I thought... I give Diego Sanchez the benefit of the doubt after listening to that last interview. I thought he kind of has it together for the most part.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Diego Sanchez was not tapped in the way we are thinking. Different kind of strokes for different kind of folks.
It's like deja vu. Thank you for the double. Appreciate that. I mean, Diego Sanchez, you got to think, Jess, right? For the most part, if you pull out that last crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where it starts going, starts getting derailed. For the most part, you were surprised, right? I mean, he sounded fairly normal.
Yeah, it was the most normal that I've heard him in a while. Because he said that he had abused substances all the way dating back to Tough.
Yeah.
So that explains a lot when it comes to his interviews and stuff and not being able to truly understand what he was trying to get across. He sounded better this time around than I had heard him in previous interviews.
And how about this, too? He mentioned his divorce. He brings that up and spoke about that. When he got divorced, I remember he was prancing around some young hot girl, too. Like, he was kind of like, whatever. But he mentioned that...
But I think that was a coping thing.
Yeah. He mentioned on this interview that basically she was looking out for him, his best interest. She wanted him to retire. I almost woke up Ellie. Yeah, she wanted him to retire and leave, and not let himself go. She didn't want to see him go through that stuff.
Yeah.
And it ruined their marriage because he wanted to keep going and blah, blah, blah. Now he realizes that she was there for his best interest. It's interesting. Not many men can fess up to being wrong, especially in a divorce. So I don't know. I give Diego Sanchez some credit. He sounded pretty cool, man. And we'll get back into the crazy stuff, but
Wonderful.
We have the Ethiopian.
Mose, you literally stole the words out of my mouth. I watched the first 5 minutes and posted the video on Twitter saying that Diego has woken up and changed. I get lit up on Twitter, so I watched the rest on Twitter and got so embarrassed.
So, yes, the interview, it starts, I'm going to say the first half was 45 minutes. The first, I'd say 20 some odd minutes for the most part.
Yeah, around 20 minutes in is when he started talking about Fabio and stuff like that.
Yeah, he sounded all right. And then after that, he did sound like he was brainwashed. I don't think it's CTE. Abuse, substance abuse, yeah, I think that had a role in some of his antics and his craziness, crazy interviews and stuff like that in the past. I think substance abuse played a part in that. But it sucks.
You really think he's being brainwashed?
Oh, yeah, man. So I did a little research on this Fabio guy. There are like videos online of this dude straight up cult leader type shit. Like he did like what Portal did to Connor.
So he's got good manipulative tactics.
Yeah, but the thing that interests me is Diego Sanchez said that this man submitted him 1 minute. Like they were just fucking rolling around or something like that. And the dude submitted Diego Sanchez. This is not a guy that you submit.
Right.
Diego Sanchez is a UFC fighter. This guy is like a legit fucking athlete. You don't just, and this guy's like 5'2" or some shit. He's like a small little guy. And he went in there and submitted Diego Sanchez. So when Diego said that, I was like, I would listen to that guy. Mm-hmm. Even if this guy's a nobody, I'd be like, well, what's the fucking secret with this? So I get it. But then this whole conspiracy stuff, and you go down this rabbit hole of weird, I don't know, mumbo jumbo that he was yapping on the interview. Then it's just like, okay. So I understand how Diego got sucked in.
Right.
Now how do you get him out of this? Like how did he get so sucked in one submission and all of a sudden this guy is ride or die? Like, how does Diego... I don't think Diego can get out of it.
Words are very powerful, right? Especially when it comes to, like, if you take a manipulative person or someone who knows how to manipulate other people, they know how to use their words to sway another person. And if there's a person that comes across that seems unable to be swayed, then it's like a challenge for them, And maybe that's the situation here. And I'm speculating that I can't say for sure. For all we know, they just have a really good friendship. And they just have each other's backs. But
I tell you what, man.
If I were to speculate, if he is a manipulative person, I feel maybe Sanchez was like a challenge for him, and he somehow sunk his teeth in, and now it's like a puppet for him.
Yeah, if I didn't see those videos of this dude on a waterfall, like doing all these fucking weird moves and shit like that, and some woman, there was something on Twitter that's circulating, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I'm watching this thing, it legit looked like a cult recruiting video, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like I was watching this, I'm like, I kind of want to go to the seminar and see what this guy's about. And then you sip on the Kool-Aid, next thing you know, you're defending this guy till you die. He's literally choosing this man over the UFC.
Well, I don't think he's choosing Fabio over the UFC. I think you have to remember, he mentioned also that he's an old dog, right? He said that when he moved gyms, they didn't really pay attention to him, and he's just like the old dog now, and just kind of like taking fights for people, you know, just to take fights at this point. Like he's not really being given the respect of that rising young UFC star. So I wouldn't necessarily say that he's favoring Fabia over the UFC. I think he just feels forgotten by the UFC and maybe by fans and stuff as well. And so now he's kind of directed his attention towards someone who's not forgotten him.
The missing part of the story is what the hell happened.
Yes.
We don't know. All we know is Cowboy was supposed to fight him.
Well, here's what he said too about that.
Go ahead.
So he said, Dana, what's up, Dana? I tried for 2 years to get a meeting with you. I was the first Ultimate Fighter. Didn't that show do something for the company when it was $60 million in debt? And you can't meet with your boy? You don't want to talk with my batshit crazy manager? Why? Because he might bring some awareness to what you're hiding in the dark? I'm still open to meet with you, Dana. Be a fucking man. I've sacrificed more than you will ever know, and you can't have 45 minutes? So what stood out to me in that quote was that he said, you can't talk with my batshit crazy manager. Why? Because he might bring some awareness to what you're hiding in the dark. Which tells me Fabia probably caught Dana White doing something.
What?
Or caught the UFC, or maybe has some sort of conspiracy on Dana. And Dana White is like, that dude's batshit crazy.
That'd be amazing.
And maybe that's why Dana doesn't want anything to do.
But how would Fabia get even close to Dana White? You know what I'm saying?
It's a good question. And I'm not, like I said, this is just a speculation. This isn't to say that this is the case, but it's weird that Sanchez would say something like that. That Fabia would bring something out of the dark on Dana White. Well, it kind of sounds like blackmail.
That's what they're implying. Yeah, that's what the whole Diego camp is implying. I'm telling you, we definitely have to reach out to this guy and get him on. I really, the problem is he's very wordy, and we won't be able to get much in edgewise on it. I did notice though, there were a couple of times, like I don't know how the host didn't start laughing. Like he had that weird Tourette's thing going on there, but I don't know how he didn't start laughing. Like I probably would start laughing, not at Diego, but Diego actually said some really funny things. He didn't mean to say funny things. The way he was making fun of Joe Rogan,
the way he delivered it,
so funny.
Yeah.
Like he was impersonating Joe Rogan.
But was he wrong?
No, he was right.
Yeah.
He was right. He was. Like, I mean, he's a comedian. Like he's he's trying to be funny and this and that. He's right though.
Yeah,
like, the
100%.
UFC hired a comedian who has a martial arts background, of course, but still, you know, the way Diego threw it together, it was pretty funny.
You know what it was too and something that stood out to me was he said that Daniel Cormier is being mentored by a comedian. Like Daniel Cormier coming onto the commentating team and kind of learning from Joe Rogan, who is a comedian. And I think that's kind of where that standoffishness is coming from when it comes to the commentators, because he feels that all these people are trying to be funny and you know, just say stupid things, you know, taking after Joe Rogan, and they're not really taking their job seriously when it comes to actually announcing these fights the way they should be.
It was an interesting take. I liked Diego even more after that interview. That was fun. And he was rambling to the very end. They had to cut him off because they had to go to a commercial break, and I guess they had other guests and stuff like that. They legit just sliced him off on Sirius XM, and Diego was like, yep, cut him off. That was it. I would say, Diego, you can be on here for 5 hours. I will sit here and listen to him ramble for 5 hours.
Yeah, well, they had obligations.
No obligations over here. Well, we got a YouTube. We'll go 9 hours with you, Diego. Just ramble on, man. It was fascinating. I usually, when people ramble like that, I can't
you
check
can't stick
out
with it, yeah.
But this, I was just like.
But you know what? Why I think it was so fascinating was because it felt like you were kind of getting an inside scoop to behind the closed doors of the UFC, not just Diego's world, but it was like
I didn't buy into that.
What's going on with Dana White and the company itself?
I was waiting for Diego to say something that would be juicy about the UFC. There was nothing there. There was no substance behind, you know, his insight, and he knows the real UFC. There was nothing there that I could pick out of that, which that kind of bummed me out. But everything else was great, you know. But the whole listen, I don't think he's got shit. It
catches my eye because the fact that he had brought up Fabia mentioning something, like bringing something to the limelight, you have to think, what could that be?
I don't think it's anything.
You don't wonder at all that maybe
I mean,
he found
I want it to be
something?
something. Yeah,
I'm sure there's something.
There's a part of me that loves the drama.
I think Diego sounded the clearest he has ever sounded in this interview. And I don't think he would have mentioned something like that without having some sort of stable
I hope he's right.
backing
and
on it.
You know what? I bet a lot of people believe Diego Sanchez.
I bet
a lot of people are saying, you know what? Fuck the UFC. They don't pay their fighters, this and that. What's going to happen is this. There are people that are going to believe Diego Sanchez, and there are people that be like, yeah, I'm not buying into this. And then there's the other group that loves to throw the UFC under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And we probably have some people in the chat, right? Like when the whole pandemic happened and the UFC is going to kill people. Like they're like, wait, hold on a second. Diego Sanchez might have some dirt on the UFC. I could see the media going crazy over this.
Yeah.
I could see some people on social media jumping on this and just dump it on the UFC.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I have a problem with is I want the UFC to meet with Diego Sanchez. I mean, like, talk to the dude without the coach. Leave fucking Portal home. Leave that fucking guy home. Touch Buck, leave him home. Just Diego Sanchez. The UFC should reach out and say, hey, we'll sit down with you. I mean, you've been with the company for so long. It's the least we can do.
Yeah.
There's something missing.
100% there's something
The UFC
missing.
is not just going to be like, oh, see you later. I just can't see that. But maybe it's possible.
I agree. I believe there is something missing. And I believe it's going to come out very soon. Or it may never come out at all.
I don't think there's anything. I think if there was something, he would say it.
Super chat.
Unless they are taking him to court, and I don't fucking know.
We need to stop making fun of Diego and see what we can do to help him. He has given us some great wars and he doesn't deserve to be made a mockery of.
No, he doesn't. Listen, we've been guilty of it too. We've had some fun with the flying knee, the Masvidal-esque flying knee that Diego did. We had a little fun with that. And like a chicken in there. Yeah, Diego Sanchez. But I have nothing but respect for the guy. The guy was so much fun to watch. Even when he was going cuckoo with his coach, he's still fun to watch. So, I mean, I'm sensitive. Some people are sensitive, and if you make one joke, it nullifies all the nice things you've said. You know? I think that's the problem. And that's the problem with a lot of these MMA athletes, these UFC fighters. Like, you can praise them over and over again. They don't give a fuck about that. All they care about is if you say something negative, you're banished. I'm not doing your show. I'm unfollowing you on Twitter because you said one bad thing. You know? All it takes is one bad thing and that's it. You're dead to me. You know, we see that a lot with athletes, especially MMA athletes, but I get it. They pour their heart and soul into what they love to do. It's all they have. They're very defensive over it. So I get it, but I don't get it at the same time.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, what do we got here, Michael?
I've been inhaling
Michelle.
steam all day. Baby, bye, Bobby, baby. I see the person exiting and the fans cheers. I see the other man hug him. Number 7. It's the 69th minute. Colonel left side, pass to pass. Funes they say. Stripped shirt they said. Monterey. Coach.
I have no idea what the fuck you just said, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Wonderful,
I don't think I was meant to understand that. Kainoto.
All kidding aside, I do fear for Diego's life. I feel as though Josh is going to kill him and will try to pin it on the UFC. He's probably behind this video. This thing is gonna end in fatal attraction. God be with Diego.
I like that. I like that narrative. I like that approach. I like that. That's interesting. If anyone's gonna kill him, it's gonna be his crazy partner over here. It's gonna be this guy. Kainoto might have hit the nail on the head. Right? Shit, man. You got him wrapped around your finger. You tell him the UFC's gonna kill him, and then what's gonna happen? Right? Listen, I'm knocking on wood here. I pray that I'm not religious, but I hope to God that nothing happens to Diego Sanchez, for God's sakes. But could you not see it? Like, Diego's made these comments in the interview saying that so you're going to find him in a ditch, you know, he's going to overdose. Like, he's saying in the UFC is going to be responsible for this. What if, and it would have been interesting if we have him on, I would ask him this. What if the coach is trying to brainwash him, then kill him, and then put it against the UFC? Like, frame the UFC. My goodness. Now we're going down a crazy road. I'm not saying that's happened, Diego. I know Diego, if he were to listen, he would just be like, oh my God, it's my fucking boy, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it's not impossible, right? The dude's got you, you know, wrapped around his finger. It's strange. If you're just jumping in, hit the like button. We're looking to get to at least 200 likes here. 291 watching. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But Diego Sanchez was on a Sirius XM show with this guy that was twitching a lot, and Anthony Smith. Now, Anthony and this dude didn't really have much to say, but that's good. They let Diego go. They just let him ramble and go for it, and that's kind of what I wanted to hear. So credit to them for giving him as much time as they could possibly give him to ramble. It's an interesting interview, only 45 minutes, and he had more to say. Unfortunately, I had to cut him off eventually. But check it out for yourself. It's on the MMA-Holes.com if you want to see it. Get back into the donations here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jessie, you hit it on the head. Joshua is a textbook narcissistic sociopath. The way he lectured and talked to the UFC commentary team, it shows just how scary the guy is. His bullshit flowed so smooth, it was all about him.
Sweet talking, attention seeking. He earned the respect of a guy that's very respected as a UFC fighter, Diego Sanchez. And I don't know. Listen, like I said, I don't know the guy personally. I don't know Diego Sanchez personally. We can just go by the evidence that we're given. And I'm not trying to do a mob mentality and jump on Diego Sanchez. I'm not trying to just jump on this coach. I kind of wish that it worked out for Diego. It seems like he's in a good place when it comes to his life. Unfortunately, his career has been sacrificed for it. So maybe this guy did good in his life when it comes to his personal life and pulled his head together and made him a little more zen and at peace with any of the mistakes he made in the past, and that's great. But what was sabotaged is his actual career. Now, it's on its way out, but still, going out like this and seeing him almost cry on this show, he pretty much did cry. It's tough to watch. So, yeah, maybe this guy did help in certain ways, but in the big picture, from all the evidence that we have, it just looks like he didn't really help that much. In the big picture, he probably would have been better without this guy in his life.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Try Hard coming in.
I like turtles.
That's good. Turtles are nice. They're slow. They'll bite you. But they're not that bad, right? Turtles are nice. Anyway, let's see what the chat has to say about this. Thank you for the donations. And hit that like button. We have many fights to react to coming up Thursday night, tomorrow night. We have PFL. There we go. Fabricio Verdun, by the way, he put a funny thing on Instagram comparing himself to Tom Brady. Similar stats. There's Verdun over there. You got Kayla Harrison, too, as well, popping back in. So two pretty big names over here. Kamaru Usman's fighting versus Sales. And, this is PFL. So, I think there's only like 5 or it's probably like 6 or 7 fights or some shit like that. I was going to completely give up on PFL. I'll give it another shot tomorrow. Got nothing better to do. Friday night will be Bellator. And Saturday night, we got the UFC. That's right. Rodriguez versus Waterson is happening. Not the main event that everyone was rooting for. But Rodriguez is an interesting girl. She's fun to watch. And isn't she the one, Jess, that has that Ioane and Jacek stance?
Does she?
Marina Rodriguez. I think that's her. Remember, I was like, holy shit, she has the shoulders rolled forward
I know there
and
was
shit.
a fighter. I'm not sure if it was Rodriguez or not.
I think it's her. Yeah, she's a badass.
Are you really excited for this fight, though?
No, I'm not excited about it. But I'm just saying, she is a badass. And listen, I think what happened here is Donald Cerrone probably was like, I don't want to do 5 rounds, man.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
if it's not the fight that he signed up for and he's not getting a title for it.
Yeah, Cowboy versus Morono or even Magny versus Neal, I would have rather as the main event. But they probably I don't want to do 5 rounds. Give it to the girls.
Yeah.
So that's happening. All right, let's see what's going on in this chat. By the way, Jessie is off camera, but she is in attendance. Our baby is choosing this time to feed and go cray, but we love her to death, so we just deal with it.
Yes.
Let's see the thoughts on. Let's get some final thoughts here on Diego. Actually, get him in the chat. We'll get.
Let's go.
Oh shit! Choo choo, motherfuckers! Love this donation. I don't care what anyone says. Look at Ellie going crazy.
This dono is great and I just wanted to lighten the mood.
Why, thank you, Choo Choo motherfucker. Sorry about the hum.
Yes,
you got it? Okay. Thank you, Choo Choo motherfuckers. Choo Choo dropping the $16 Ellie donation. Ellie's in the chat, baby. Ellie's in the chat. Kicking some ass.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The donation caught me off guard.
Super chat.
Black Bear with the 5.
Oh, I think they are gay lovers and the man is going to full control over San Diego or whatever his name is, Sanchez.
Well, he shot it down. Maybe people are still going to think they're gay lovers. But he did shoot it down in the interview. Diego brought it up and said, nope, that's not the case. They were not having butt sex, oral sex, anything, according to Diego. So I'm gonna go with Diego on this one and say they're not gay. But thank you. Thank you guys for the donations. Really appreciate it. Let's hit to 200 likes. We're having a party on a Wednesday night. 200 likes. Let's be wonderful, wonderful. All right, back into the chat over here. The best live chat in the world. Okay, it doesn't seem like many of the issues this Joshua guy is bitching about or about Diego. Or are about Diego, excuse me. I bet he has access to Diego's financials. Go on that guy's website and look around. It's such blatant soul suck. All right, JZ, can you drop that on the MMA-Holes.com? I'd love to see what this guy's website is. If you can drop it on our community section, the MMA-Holes.com, we'll check it out. We'll scope out. But yeah, the guy, he's creepy, man. Like, it's tough to deny that the guy seems like a cult leader. All right, what else we got going on in this chat?
Taco Slurpee says Diego will be back, hopefully. 5G ASMR says Fabia sells spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Do you want a Fabia incantation? What do you think? It does seem like a cult guy, right? This is straight up cult shit.
I don't know enough about him to say. Like, I feel like it's kind of wrong for me to make any kind of speculation. I don't even fucking know.
We have the evidence that we have here, okay? And let me reiterate, I am not trying to jump on the bandwagon of everyone bashing this guy. That is not what we're doing. I legit listened to Diego Sanchez's 45-minute interview on SiriusXM. And I, for the most part, was siding with Diego until he got to the coach. Mm-hmm. And then he lost me. Diego lost me. He completely lost me. I was hoping that he can pull me in. He almost did in the beginning when he said this coach submitted him real quick. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right. You know, you submit Diego Sanchez, I would listen to that guy too. But then he just, all this crazy conspiracy shit just threw me for a loop.
Did you guys hear Diego says Yusuf? Yes. Robbie says, I'm a slush puppy in a Snoop Doggy Dog world.
Aren't we all?
Jay-Z says it's not a cult in that he doesn't have the proper system set up. It's more of a health con or something with weird classes.
Yes, a con would make sense, right? But he does have other people. So I don't know. Maybe he's setting it up. Maybe he has people that he hires that kind of just, what's the word I'm looking for? They back him up, his approach and his technique. There are people online, like you look at these things,
like
these
blindly
videos,
support.
Yeah, that are just narrating these videos of him just like whimsically prancing around a forest and by a waterfall, and it's just like, what's going on here? It legit seems like a scam.
Yeah.
If you think something's a scam, right? But then they do something. For instance, like he submits Diego Sanchez. Say you're good at something. Like really, what's something that you would be really, like no one could do this better than me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is either.
Wonderful.
But say if there is something there that you know that you're very good at, right?
Yeah.
And you're a professional. You're a professional podcaster. No one female MMA host is better than you, right? This person comes in there, sits down in front of that mic, Jess. A female, not a male, because a lot of men are better than you. A female.
Wow.
No. She's off camera. I can't get her facial expression. I can't troll her when she's off camera. Anyway, and she's feeding my child. I have to be nice. No, but say a female sits down here, right, and wants to help you out. Sees that you've hit a rut. Pulls a microphone in front of her face and starts just doing a radio podcast just right in front of you. It shows you how amazing she is at this, right?
Right.
Wouldn't you look at her and be like, wow, I thought I was pretty good at this, but
yeah, for sure.
Right? Now you thought before that she was someone just full of shit, you know, throwing things out there, conspiracies, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, people talk highly about her, but whatever. But then you see her right in front of you do these things.
Yeah.
Now you might be interested, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where Diego Sanchez was. This dude submitted him, 5'2". Diego Sanchez is the guy that doesn't get finished. That's not like what happened to unless you got an elbow for his face.
Right.
Diego Sanchez.
So he immediately shows interest.
Yeah. You would be interested, right? You're a professional athlete. 5'2" walks in and just fucking taps you. Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now, do you think this? Let me ask you this. Do you think Diego's lying? Do you
About
think
him
this
getting
story
submitted?
about him getting submitted, maybe he caught him off guard and conned him into submitting him? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like anyone could be submitted if they're caught off guard. You know, cold cocked or whatever, right? So do you think Diego's running around saying this guy submitted him in one fucking, I don't know, in 1 minute or some shit like that, under a minute? Do you think this guy conned him? Like kind of distracted him and then submitted him? Because that could be something too.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure he did get submitted. I'm sure. But I when it comes to that situation, I think it can go either one of two ways. You know the phrase, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. If someone comes into something and they're better than you and you didn't think that there would be anybody better than you, yeah, maybe you would show interest, or you could go the flip side and there could be some envy there. And maybe Diego Sanchez thought, okay, well, I can either sit here and be envious, or I can get close to the dude and maybe learn a thing or two. So maybe Diego's using him.
Yeah, I listen. No, that's what this guy's manipulating. So I'm starting. The more I'm thinking about this, I know this is something that Diego Sanchez would be very insulted by, but I honestly am starting to believe that this story of Diego Sanchez getting submitted in under a minute might be not quite true. I'm starting to think that this guy.
I don't know why.
And someone says he looks like a pocket-sized Scott Baio, and that's actually
Wonderful.
that's pretty fucking accurate. That's a pocket-sized Scott Baio. That's the line of the night. He does. He really does. Yeah, if he's capable of leading Diego to believe that the UFC is going to kill him, why wouldn't he not be able to manipulate him in a way to feel that he is like a superior martial artist?
Right.
You know, it's pretty fascinating. It's pretty fascinating. All right, here we go. We got another donation coming in here.
Wonderful.
Pocket Bayo.
Lol, Triller is saying they are going to sue everyone that illegally waged Paul versus Askren for $150,000 and they're giving everyone until June to pay for it. Fucking lamau.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw the story. I didn't pull it though because I figured you didn't want to talk about.
Yeah, I can't see them pulling it off. It'd be hilarious if they did though. Could you imagine if somehow they were able to pull this off, and then everyone's getting fucking sued? That would have been nuts. That'd be nuts. I hope it's that one because I didn't steal that one. So I'm clear, Jess. We actually paid for that horse shit.
Yes.
But anyway, all right. Let's last comments in the chat about this, and then we'll move on. Actually, is there more in that story that you want to?
No, that was it.
All right. So last comments in the chat. We do need to move on. There's other things to talk about. We've spent an hour on this. It's very interesting to me, but whatever.
All right. Drew Becker says Diego is McGregor's next fight after Dustin. Google's Scott Baio says, "Howdy USA."
Please do.
Heavy Microgrow says Triller should
hold on a second.
Wonderful.
We got Mr. Glove Touch coming back in.
Come fucking get me, Triller. My real name is Oliver Barnaby. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Come find me, pussies. You don't fucking scare me, Snoop Dogg. You 60-year-old skinny fucking dope.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure it's not Snoop Dogg that would be after you. But
that would be hilarious though. If Snoop shows up at your door, it's like, I got you, motherfucker. I got you. Actually sounded like Nate Diaz. I probably wouldn't give my full name. Thank you, the Glove Touch. Appreciate that donation. Hopefully that was a fake name. And back to Jesse over here. Let's get into this chat.
Steve Jobs says McGregor's so pussy he called out Diego straight coward.
Yes, you know, when it all comes down to it, guys, it all leads back to McGregor, right? It always, no matter what is posted. There was a post the other day it just went right back. It always goes back to McGregor. I understand McGregor called out Diego Sanchez a little while back, and that was a little ridiculous, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it always goes back to him, right? They love Conor, right, Conor? They love him. They love him.
Classy Nasty says I would trust Joshua Fabio with my life. John Guy says best way to get some money, sue people with no money. Now or never, as Fabia never finishes a sentence, he starts a new one every mid-sentence. Trent says, Fabia charge... Hold on, I missed it. Hold on, let me scroll back up for you. Fabia in charge of Diego's days and his nights.
Yeah.
Drunk
Seems
Savage
like
says, I'm not scared either. My name is John... I'm not scared either. My name is John Smith.
No, Drunk, don't.
Wonderful.
True Grit.
No way did this guy submit Diego. I've seen Fabia's videos and he doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
He did some weird Jedi mind trick on a vulnerable man.
Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think this guy's a smart human being. Listen, it sucks. I didn't want to make this a trash, Diego Sanchez's trainer thing, because when I listened to the interview, I kind of was siding with Diego until it went off the rails. Diego himself made me start believing that it wasn't true. Like
that he was being manipulated.
Yeah, like Diego actually confirmed it for me. So that's why I would love to interview him. And I know he would go on and and try to convince everyone. And could you imagine if he's telling, like, not that he's telling the truth, but could you imagine if all these things that he's saying are real, right? Like the UFC's trying to kill him, and and like everything that he said leading up to the coach was legit, right?
I kind of side with whoever had the idea that Fabia was going to do something to him and convinced him that the UFC would be the one to do something, so that it looks like
Scott Baio kills him, and then frames the UFC, sets the UFC up. All right, I got to move on from this. This is an hour of this shit.
Get a little crazy, guys.
If Diego comes on and wants to talk 7 hours about it, I'm down. But he's not here right now, so Diego, you got your limelight. Now we move into the next story over here. We got Mr. CBD.
Yeah, Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz has been rescheduled from UFC 262 in May to UFC 263 in June. According to Damon Martin of MMA Fighting, the highly anticipated fight between Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz will no longer take place at UFC 262 in May. Instead, it has been pushed back a few weeks to UFC 263. Multiple sources confirmed the news to MMA Fighting on Monday following an initial report from Yahoo Sports. The change happened after Diaz suffered a minor injury during his training camp that prevented him from competing as early as May 15th. Fortunately, the injury was just a slight setback, and the former title challenger will be ready to go again at UFC 263 on June 12th. The rare 5-round non-main event fight joins a pay-per-view card that also features a pair of title fights as Israel Adesanya puts his middleweight belt up for grabs in a rematch against Marvin Vettori, while Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno meet for the second time for the flyweight championship. Those two fights already made UFC 263 a pivotal fight card, but the addition of Edwards versus Diaz will certainly increase the interest in the event, which takes place at the Gila River Arena in Glendale, Arizona, with a full crowd in attendance. The showdown with Diaz gives Edwards the chance to extend his 9-fight unbeaten streak, which reaches all the way back to 2016. Edwards most recently competed in March, but an accidental eye poke forced his fight with Bilal Muhammad to be declared a no contest. As for Diaz, the one-time BMF title contender makes his first appearance since November 2019 when he lost to Jorge Masvidal by TKO following a series of cuts that resulted in doctors not allowing him to continue.
All right, friends, hit the like button. Nate Diaz, does he have a shot against Leon Edwards? By the way, I like it moving to Arizona. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is fun.
Nate Diaz is going to be over here. That's a pretty banging card. That should be a big night for the MMA-Holes, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell. You know the deal, guys. And check it out, 46,400 subscribers. Baby, we did it. Very nice. At 46,500, we let the dragons loose. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors real quick over here. And we have Head Rush, got their shirt on. Love Head Rush. Absolutely. That's ESPN Plus. I love Head Rush so much.
Mm-hmm.
So much, Jessie.
Yes.
That they gave us 20% off.
Yes.
It's only because I love them, Jess.
Yes.
If I didn't love Head Rush as much as I did, they would never give us this discount. But ladies and gentlemen, an exclusive discount here from the MMA-Holes. And just check out this shirt. Whoops. Why am I sitting over here? There I am. I don't know why I was over there. Look at this shirt, guys. He's got the mask on because of the coronavirus, you know. But no, badass stuff over there. Head Rush, check it out. Jess, how can we get this discount? Let's go.
Headrush is provider of the highest quality authentic apparel for lifestyle, MMA, and action sports enthusiasts. Men and women's clothing ranging from hoodies, t-shirts, workout apparel, and more. Be part of the chosen few and save 20% using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES at Headrush's link in the description below.
Love their stuff. And by the way, if you're going to order something from Headrush, they got hats, hoodies, the whole deal. Premium clothing, and you look like a badass. It's pretty cool. Stuff lasted. I've been washing this thing like crazy. Still got the colors in it. Nice designs over there. Check it out. Link in the description. All right, here we go. We got Ballsy as well over here, JBM.
Taking great care of yourself doesn't have to feel like a chore. Ballsy products are developed with unique active ingredients to keep you feeling and smelling better than ever before. Get up to 15% off using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES with a link to ballwash.com in the description below. And check out their deodorant. It's selling out fast, guys. If you want to try it, I highly suggest you get on it. Goes on clear, does not stain your clothes. Easy glide application, does not pull your pit hair, and does not leave your pits feeling sticky and gross. It's aluminum and baking soda free, powered by activated charcoal and arrowroot powder, which is natural detoxifiers and deodorants. Check out ballwash.com, link in the description, promo code MMA-HOLES.
Now, I got to say this, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show, Ballsy, and I know it's like ball wash, like, oh my God, what the fuck? I got to wash my balls. I got soap for that. Today, I was in the shower. I've been using this product for what, a month or two now? And I was saying to myself, I don't want this to run out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am so used to smelling good, like a man.
Mm-hmm.
They got it's for your whole body, the shampoo, the whole deal. And I haven't used Jessie's shampoo. Like, I always would use her soap and shampoo. Like, I don't care. As long as it makes me clean, that's all I used to care about.
Yeah.
But now I actually smell good.
Yeah.
So, like, man, and then when I jump into bed, her eyeballs just light up. Because I see the nostrils flaring and she just wants to jump on me. I shit you not, Ballsy got her pregnant. So, yeah, check it out, ballwash.com. If you are a man, a real man that wants to get laid, 15% off we got for you. Check it out down below.
Say goodbye to toilet paper with affordable premium bidet attachments by Lux Bidet. Lux Bidet attachments gently cleanse your skin, leaving you feeling refreshed and confident. Save 10% at checkout using the link in the description below. Again, 10% off is applied at checkout if you use the link in the description below to Lux Bidet. Also, check out their latest footstools if you're looking for a smoother and more comfortable way to go.
All right. So Lux Bidet, we all know. I mean, listen, it's self-explaining. You come out super clean. Another thing I use constantly, no poop in my bum hole. Thank you, Lux Bidet, and get your discount. All right, Mystic Roots CBD, the best CBD in the game.
Get top quality organic CBD products, including extracts, hemp flower, cosmetics, edibles, and more. Get up to 20% off using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES at mysticrootscbd.com.
Okay. Thank you very much to our sponsors, incredible sponsors, and I couldn't be more proud to be part of the team with these guys and gals. We use all of their products. Like, legit. I don't know what we do if they didn't sponsor us anymore. Like, I fucking love these guys.
Yeah.
Seriously, check them out. The links are in the description and mysticrootscbd.com. Just use promo code MMA-HOLES. One more thing I want to shout out here. If you are looking to watch The Ultimate Fighter, the fights this weekend, anything UFC, by the way, we got a call with them tomorrow. I got to say this, Jess. I got to say this. Because these people out there, everyone in the chat that used our ESPN Plus link that we pin in the description, or we have down below in the description, we pin in a live chat. Everyone that's used that to buy the pay-per-view or just watch the events helped us out so much that we actually have another call, a follow-up call with these guys, with ESPN tomorrow. The MMA-Holes and ESPN. If you want to watch the UFC, use our link down below. You have no idea how much it helps us. So please, that's all I'm asking. Now, if you want to watch it any other way, that's fine too. But if you're looking to watch The Ultimate Fighter legit, pay for the pay-per-views or whatever, or just watch the fight nights, check out the link down below, ESPN Plus. All right. So now we're done with that. We move into the PFL tomorrow night. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with PFL. Some people are just fucking UFC people, and I get it. There's a lot of combat sports out there. We don't have all this time to watch all these events. But if you're a hardcore fan and you got nothing better to do, we're going to be live tomorrow for the entire event, PFL. And by the way, ESPN Plus, link in the description. All right, we'll be watching the fights. We'll be doing our commentary and hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
Also have Marina Rodriguez versus Michelle Waterson. Yeah, it's not the main event that we've all were dreaming about, but it's happened. It's going down. It's a decent fight night card. Saturday night will be live for that, and Bellator as well. Friday night will be live, and a little unfortunate thing happened there because Bellator, we don't have Yoel Romero fighting Rumble Johnson, which is a bummer. But we do. Sergio Pettis will be on the card. Let's see what else we got on this. 258. Ah, it sucks, man. I really wanted to see that. So wow, they still have Anthony Johnson here with the. Is he fighting someone else? He's fighting some can. 7-2-0. All right, so Rumble's at least still fighting. Pitbull's brother's fighting. Okay. MVP's fighting. Whoa, Bellator's pretty hot. Logan Storley. Okay. Let's see if there's anyone else. Henry Corrales, we know. All right. So Bellator's all right. All right, so we'll be hanging out with that too as well. So those 3 events, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live Friday. And we'll be live Saturday on the MMA-Holes. All right, JBM, what other stories are we working with tonight on our Wednesday show?
Yeah, so potheads rejoice. According to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania, Florida removes cannabis from the list of prohibited drugs, saying we're not testing for it. Big move up.
No, it's keeping away from the sound.
Florida State Boxing Commission voted to remove cannabis from its list of prohibited drugs on Tuesday, which means combat sports athletes who use marijuana are no longer at risk of lengthy suspensions who overturned results. U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, or USADA, charged with drug testing. The Ultimate Championship roster before, during, and after the MMA event made a similar change earlier this year. Other states like Nevada, Texas have yet to follow suit. This week's change came on the heels of a recommendation from the Association of Boxing Commissions Medical Advisory Committee, one that labeled cannabis as a performance reducer as opposed to a performance enhancer. UFC made its return to Jacksonville with the UFC 261 pay-per-view back on April 24th and is likely to revisit the Sunshine State in the near future now that Florida has reopened sporting venues. Moss just took a quick break because Ellie started crying inside the crib. So let's see what you guys have to say in the chat about this. Do you think that USADA should start opening up this allowance of cannabis in other states? Let me know.
Yes,
or
no.
Sailing with Sage says, beautiful Shamrock. What's up, Kainoto? Brown Kush Florida says, classy nasty. Ann H says, 2 joints hello, dropping the pot leaves in the chat. Gio, the uncle says, how are you, Jessie? I'm wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for asking. I wish I could be on the show more, be able to see you guys, but unfortunately, that is not the case because this child does not make that easy. Nikki Bobby says the judicial system in Florida makes too much money on marijuana arrests. CN says as long as they don't slow down during fights. Uncle Dave Zilla says sweet Ellie in the background. Actually, she's in the background. Moss went to go get her this time.
Can you put my headphones on?
Yeah.
I'll just hold it.
I don't want her to get used to that. Okay. All right, guys. They should do a 5,000 milligram edibles fight. Toke It Up says, you do suck. Ellie comes first, says Drunk Savage. Yes, Ellie does come first, but
we got this.
I don't want her to get used to just,
It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
Maybe.
So marijuana, UFC, we're a go now, right?
Yes. Well,
okay.
For Florida.
Florida's killing it. By the way, I had a conversation with my aunt. My aunt's not down with all this opening up. He says that, well, they'll all die eventually. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So pessimistic. There's so many people out there that are just that are still pissed off that states are opening up because they live in a bubble, right?
Yeah.
And they want to keep that excuse of not interacting with other human beings.
Yes.
And they're just miserable that people are actually enjoying their lives again. 14,000, 15,000 people getting together, partying, getting drunk. No one's dying.
Well, some people are just very paranoid. Right?
Yeah, and it's not paranoid. They're using it as an excuse. I'm starting to think that people are not paranoid about COVID. They're just like, oh, damn, the party's over. Like, all the people that don't want to, like, interact with other human beings don't have an excuse anymore. They actually have to talk to other people in public again. You know? So let's go, baby.
God forbid.
Fuck COVID, man. Move on.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
All right. According to MMA Fighting, you're going to love this one, Moss. Colby Covington calls Conor McGregor the laughingstock in the MMA community following Kamaru Usman's challenge. According to Alexander K. Lee, if anyone is going to take the Colby Covington spot in the welterweight contenders line, he doubts that it's going to be Conor McGregor. Even considering McGregor's star power and leverage, it does seem unlikely that the notorious will fight welterweight champ Kamaru Usman anytime soon, despite the recent back and forth between the two fighters. McGregor currently has a trilogy bout with Dustin Poirier lined up for UFC 264 in July, but following Usman's win over Jorge Masvidal at UFC 261 this past Saturday, McGregor teased that he will go back up to 170 pounds to challenge Usman. Usman took his own shot at McGregor in response, breathing some life into the feud, though not enough to worry Covington, who is expected to be next for a welterweight title shot, according to UFC President Dana White. During an appearance on What the Heck, Covington dismissed the idea that McGregor would actually fight Usman. McGregor has fought just 3 times in MMA since November 2016 when he defeated Eddie Alvarez for the UFC lightweight title to become a dual division champion. Rather than defend the title, McGregor pursued a lucrative boxing match against Floyd Mayweather that eventually took place in Las Vegas in August 2017.
All right, so Colby Covington. All right, that's great.
He went after your boy, Moss.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Of course he is. Like, listen, he's looking for headlines, and I get it. And he also dumped on Dustin Poirier, too. Dustin, she's fine. He dumped on Dustin. Did you see what he... let's see if it's on Twitter. Let's see if I can find this. I don't blame Colby. Listen, let's be honest. Connor's daddy. Connor's Colby's daddy. Colby was running around with the sunglasses and the suits and, you know, just using the Connor's playbook. And you know, I don't blame him. All right, let's see. Colby Covington. I don't know if it was on his... was it on Twitter? Let's see. Maybe it was on Instagram. Colby is a phony. Says you do suck. Kano says Connor is the UFC's version of DBZ's Mr. Satan. Where the hell? What? Shit. I don't know where I saw it. Someone posted it. Maybe it was actually, let me look here. I keep on forgetting his name. What's his name that I always go to for like he always drops the news and I always give him a shout out. Help me out here.
Shoot, his name's on the tip of my tongue.
Where is he at?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I always give him a shout out. I forget. He's got to change his name though, because I can never remember it. Fuck, what the hell's his name?
Someone help us out.
I think no one in the chat's gonna know.
You've mentioned him on there before.
Yeah, no one's gonna know, but he's got a decent Instagram. Anyway, when I figure it out, I think he's the one that popped it over there. But yeah, Colby's been going ham on everybody, and I don't blame him, because honestly, who is Colby fighting?
Yeah,
he's fighting nobody, right? Kamaru Usman's looking to get back in there quick. Why is he not fighting Colby Covington? He's fighting someone else. Like Colby, like you mean to tell me Colby's not gonna be ready to fight Usman? Like
I don't think. Well, obviously Colby doesn't want to, and I think there's gonna be a lot of excuses made for why that fight's not put together.
Why, if Usman wants to jump back into action, why is it not against Colby? They should run that shit back for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what else we got over. What do you think in the chat? Like, what's up with Colby? Is he gonna be next for Kamaru? What's wrong?
I'm checking if she's cold. Her leg's kind of blue.
Her leg's not blue.
Cole Monaghan says people like to be told what to do. The UK people broke that and showed the working class can't be mad to jump hoops. We has been locked down for 14 months and the people has had enough pure protests and raids. Zoman Zombie says Colby is tough. Peeps avoiding him. Heavy Micro says every taxpayer supports the troops. Nobody says because Colby is running scared. Chris Wolf says Usman don't want Colby. Antan says Fook Colby. Marty Callout Kiesa says West Coast. Manny C says Cowboy said his friend once beat up Diego's coach at a bar.
Did he really?
999 World said, would you believe that?
What?
His friend once beat up Diego's coach at a bar.
I mean, Diego's coach is 5'2".
I don't know about that.
I mean, and if he's running his mouth, there's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of short people out there just throwing, like, they got a big loud bark and they start trying to fight with everybody. And if this guy is like that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know.
Mega Dog says Dana said that's the fight. The glove touch. Yeah, but Dana always Dana says things and sometimes they don't come to fruition, right? So he could say Covington Usman is the fight, which it is. I mean, it's a fight that everybody wants to see and it's a fight that should happen. It makes sense. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen, and especially if Covington comes up with a million excuses not to fight Usman. Because listen, at the end of the day, if Covington fights Usman, he's going to get his ass run over. It's going to happen.
Well, I mean, okay, so let me play devil's advocate, because honestly, I think Usman does...
Pillow hands.
I think Usman finishes him quicker this time, for sure.
Yeah.
But let's play devil's advocate. Colby brought it. Colby actually kind of hurt Usman a little bit in their first fight. Like, Colby was bringing it. So I have to give credit to Colby Covington making that thing a war. But at the end of the day, Kamaru Usman finished him, right? Here's the devil's advocate. Stipe Miocic. I was on the train saying there's no way Ngannou is going to be able to find a plan here. Stipe's the GOAT. He's going to be able to do what he did the first time again, blah, blah, blah. And look what happened. Ngannou retooled and got back to the drawing board and fucking destroyed Stipe. Stipe looked lost in the first round.
What was the time difference between the first Ngannou-Stipe fight and the second one compared to the first Colby Covington fight and now?
That was a couple of years.
Yeah. So Ngannou had a lot of time to reinvent himself before fighting Stipe again. I don't think Colby Covington is going to have nearly as much time to reinvent whatever he's going to need.
What are you talking about?
And you have to remember, Usman's striking is only getting better, and his wrestling is already top-notch, right?
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. And listen, I'm not going to sleep on Covington. There's always that possibility, but it's difficult to...
It's Raw American Steel.
To believe it. That he's gonna win against Usman at Usman's current point in his career.
December of 2019. It's enough time.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Chiesa should fight Leon if Leon beats Diaz then. Were you talking about me with the Instagram thing?
Oh, was it you, Glove Touch? Maybe it was Glove Touch.
No, I think it was the other guy that you always...
I don't know. He's been posting stuff too. There wasn't Glove Touch I was talking about, but maybe he was the one that posted it.
No.
No, it wasn't.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Usman is the black GSP.
He is.
Usman,
God. I'm going to say right here to my Nigerian people, and by the way, we have fans in Nigeria. Could you believe this? Never in my life would I ever think that we have fans in fucking Nigeria. So to my Nigerian Nightmare fans out there, thank you for being part of this show. And you know what? Kamaru Usman is the GOAT. He's the welterweight GOAT. I don't care what anyone says right now. I know he's got work to do on paper to show everyone else.
There's still a million arguments about that.
I'm a believer here. And there's a reason why GSP is very receptive to the fact of saying that Kamaru Usman is the real deal. Kamaru Usman's fighting talent right now that's more advanced than the talent that GSP fought. You put that pool of fighters in 2021, we got a whole different ball game now. Medicine's better. Training camps are better. Everything's better right now. Athletes are bigger and stronger. Kamaru Usman is a scary human being. Scary, scary human being.
No active fighter beats Usman. If Israel gets beat by Vettori, he will move up and face Vettori, says Cole Monaghan. If Israel gets beat by Vettori... Wait, no active fighter beats Usman. If Israel gets beat by Vettori, he will move up and face Vettori. Usman will face Vettori? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he squashed it. He squashed it again. So, here's the thing. Unlike what Habib did, Usman said, the one similar thing is he did say they were friends, but he said, he goes, the last Stylebender is a monster. He is a big man. They asked him, would you ever move up? I can't remember what podcast it was. This was actually recently. And Kamaru Usman looked at him and he said, he's a big man. He's very good. He's a very good striker. He went on all the great things about him. And then he says, and he's a friend. He never said, hey, I'm not going to fight him because he's my friend. He started with all the shit that how good Adesanya is, how big he is, and then followed up by saying, and he is my friend.
Yeah.
Whereas Habib just says, Habib says, no, I'm friends with Usman. I'm not going to fight him. No, bullshit.
Even Usman was mentioning stuff.
You're not going to fight him because you're terrified.
Khabib. Yeah. I don't think Usman was opposed to fighting Khabib.
Usman was willing to fight Khabib.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he was willing to fight him. He would have fought him. He even said it. Usman actually clearly said he would fight Khabib.
But here's the thing.
Because he would beat him.
Khabib doesn't really need to say that he's not moving up in weight because everybody already knows. He said a million times that he wants to stay at lightweight.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's why at lightweight, Khabib is the GOAT. There's not even a question in my mind. Khabib is so far ahead of everyone at lightweight. But that's where we stop.
Yeah.
That's where we pump the brakes, you know? And Usman now is saying, you know, that I would love to see him fight Izzy. I would love it. See him bulk up a little bit more and try to drag him to the ground. I think he can be a problem for him. But Usman has stood next to Adesanya, realized, hey, this is a massive human being compared to what he is. And he's realistic of the fact of saying, maybe I don't want to dance with him.
Doesn't that make him a more respectable fighter for him to just blatantly, like, to be as transparent as possible and say, I'm not going to fight him because he's a bigger guy?
Yeah, he's probably realistic to the fact that you can stand next to someone and size someone up and realize, I'm not going to fucking beat this guy in a fight.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he's smart enough to realize that. Kamaru Usman, he may come across as dumb. You know, people are like, oh, this guy's an asshole. He's fake. He's this and that. I think he's pretty smart. And what he's done in the UFC has been incredibly impressive. By the way, baby Ellie's hanging out over here. She loves the soothing voice of myself and Jessie, so that she decides to bomb the show. But she's a lot quieter this way. So
I know, but she's going to get used to that, Moss. And then she's never going to sleep on her own.
Let's see what the chat says about the whole situation that we're speaking about.
Daryl Denver says they should give him the lowest ranked dudes in the division while he headlines cards. Usman not footsie and bump and grinding. He just started swinging not too long ago. Sober Carl says, congrats, Justin Moss. Ellie is stealing the show. She's so cute. Awoo, says Sober Carl.
Yeah, likes. Let's get to 200 likes for the baby, for God's sakes. Come on, guys. If you have a freaking heart. I mean, look at the little. Look, I'm breastfeeding. I'm fucking breastfeeding right now. Through my head rush shirt. You know, she's behaving. 200 likes. I mean, Jesus. If you got a fucking heart, the least you would do is drop a like.
Greg Cobb says, oh, snap. Just had baby Ellie. Awesome. Congratulations. That's right, man. Chris Wolf says, if you ain't at least 220, you're a lightweight. Drunk Savage says, check the website under the news thread. Casey Jones says, brown chicken, brown cow. D. Brown says, Kamaru, pillow hands no more. Nikki Bobby says, all right, fine. Like. Paul Faye says, you never know, though. That's why we watch this shit, right?
It's true.
Coleman Ogden says Usman's amazing. Give the lad credit. Yeah, I think a lot of people chip Usman of the credit he deserves. And the thing is he's continuously proving himself. And I would even argue that his shit talk is getting better, which is he's actually becoming fascinating to watch.
Yeah, Usman's great right now. I think I know we're probably pissing off a lot of people,
Wonderful.
I think he's a great champ.
Jesus Moss. You need to teach your Rangers how to fight. They tried to get revenge on Wilson, but instead their whole team got their ass whooped.
Yeah, we saw the, are you talking about the,
Yeah, the Panarin.
Yeah. They didn't get their asses whooped. I mean, it looked pretty even, if you ask me.
One of them was on the ground catching sticks to the back of his head. Then Panarin comes in.
Someone caught a blade to the face.
Panarin was dancing around on the ground, just getting his ass whooped like by multiple guys. And then all I see is skates by this guy's head. I'm like, this guy's going to get his head sliced off. It's all over the place here. And they're not suspending what's his face from the Capitals. So, I mean, fuck the Capitals. Anyway, thank you, Chrome. Appreciate the donation. Make me relive that. So Drunk put on the website. This is the Colby Covington that we were talking about with Dustin Poirier. I don't know if you got a chance to see this, but take a peek at this.
I did not see this, actually.
Yeah, so here's the picture that pops up, and here's the story.
Colby Covington is not a fan of Dustin Poirier. Covington and Poirier had a public feud as the two took shots at one another in the lead-up and after Dustin lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov. It has only grown since then, as the Diamond said it would be on site when he saw Covington. However, Chaos says that was never the case. Instead, he says Poirier is a fake person and blasted the lightweight contender for a scam of charity. He says, Dustin Poirier, he's terrible. He's garbage. I used to train with him. The guy's a complete bum. I mean, he's funny because he's talking all this talk. It's on site when I see Colby. No, it's not on site, bitch. You know who your daddy is. Oh, yeah, and talking about Dustin, I thought that fight should have gotten canceled, man. Conman McGregor called out Dustin for the truth. He's using charity to make money for himself. It's a tax write-off. He's not actually using that money for kids. He knows Conor McGregor knows Dustin Poirier is literally a con man. He's conning the people with the so-called charity Good Fight Foundation. Dude, guy's the fakest guy in the world. I wish people really knew who Dustin Poirier was, not just so they portray him as in the media.
Wow. This used to be his boy. Like, this is nuts. And by the way, shout out to James Lynch getting credited for this catch in these comments. So James Lynch doing a good job once again. But yeah, Colby Covington, like, these guys were boys. They trained together. And Dustin Poirier seems like nothing.
He kind of shits on everyone he trains with, though.
Yeah, Dustin Poirier seems like nothing but a nice guy. But I mean, like, how do you say these things about Dustin? Right?
Yeah.
But what if it's true? Like,
stop it.
What if Colby's onto something here, Jess? You know? What if it's a con? You know.
I think Colby he's always looking for that headline, so he shits on everyone that.
No fucks given. It's kind of crazy. And yeah, listen, he's probably all of our favorite fighters. I'm sure Colby Covington went after. You know. But you got to give him credit. Colby Covington keeps himself relevant even when he's not fighting. And he may be playing this heel, this bad guy thing, but he really takes it far with like former friends and former gyms, burning every freaking bridge along the way. You got to wonder when he's done with the game, will he ever go back and say, hey, guys, man, the shtick is over? Or does he ride off into the sunset as the bad guy?
How can he go back and say the shtick is over? Nobody's going to forgive him for some of the shit that he said. He said some fucked up shit about some of his teammates.
You know what, though? Guys forget. You know, here's the thing.
Girls don't. Who was the one that he was just saying he was banging?
Well, yeah, girls are different. But you know, in Jorge Masvidal, he's running around with his ex-wife or
like,
actually,
come on, the guy is not a good dude.
Yeah, I mean, but guys are weird. I know this from experience, right? And no matter what, boys, they'll have their problems, they'll talk their shit, they'll duke it out or whatever, and then within the next day they'll be fine. You know, guys are, guys that hold grudges are bitches. Let's be honest.
I think Colby Covington is one of those guys who has so much fucking pride and can never be wrong, right? So I don't see him going back and apologizing to all of these people that is kind of...
Yeah, I mean, he could always say too, hey man, I was healing it up. I wish the best for everyone. And he doesn't have to necessarily apologize, but say, hey man, the career's over, I'm done. You know, to everyone I heard along the way, it's all good, man. It was all business, you know? I'm saying
that's a Conor McGregor thing.
Well, it's the truth.
It's all
though.
business.
I know guys like real men don't hold grudges against former friends. You know what I'm saying? Unless their former friend does something so horrible. You know, like I mean, you got to do something really fucking. If you say words don't break boys up. You know, like you fucking get mad at them for a year and you move on. You know, that's it. That's how guys. That's how real men are. But like, what are you gonna do? Hold a grudge and be a bitch? Come on, stop being a bunch of bitches. You know, you know, me and Diaper John didn't speak for like a year, a whole year. I was his best man. We didn't speak for a whole fucking year. You know what? We're fine now because we're men. We're real fucking men. And I said some horrible things to him. Like I really did. Like I look back, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said those things.
Well, you say horrible things to anybody when you get mad.
Well, when I'm mad, it's it. The gloves are off. That's it.
Yeah, you're kind of mean.
But that's how it works. That's how guys are. Real men. That's how real men act.
No.
Right?
That's not how real men
Now,
act.
if someone like fucks my wife or some shit like that, yeah, I'm going to be a little pissed off. Then I can't forgive that. But if someone says something stupid, like, what am I going to do? Oh, my God, you said that. I'm never going to be friends. Like, come on. So I feel that when Colby's done with the whole shtick, the whole song and dance, he's going to be fine with these guys. You know? Dustin Poirier is going to be fine. Unless he's a bitch. I don't know.
Poirier.
Who cares? All right, what else we got?
All right. So the UFC has released concussion protocols for injured fighters as part of a Performance Institute Bible. According to Ryan Harkness of MMA Mania, UFC has come a long way from its start in 1993, where it proudly proclaimed its blood and guts nature with the catchphrase, "There are no rules." Now in 2021, the promotion has released its second volume of the UFC Performance Institute's cross-sectional performance analysis and projection of the UFC athlete, containing the promotion's first official concussion protocol.
Did you put this picture here for the concussion?
No, that was from the article.
So the article said, okay, this is about concussions.
Yeah.
So who is that getting dumped?
Let's show someone getting dropped on their head.
That's what they chose?
Yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Is that Uriah Hall? I know I think that's Uriah Hall.
Looks like him.
I don't know who he's flipping. So this is a concussion story, and then they have like some weird ass Cirque du Soleil shit going on. Okay. Don't worry, I got Ellie. She's good. All right, so let's get the story. This is kind of threw me off for a sec.
The protocol is similar to the NFL's protocol and relies on a SCAT-5 concussion assessment tool to evaluate the severity of a concussion and the timeline for recovery. Not only is the step-by-step method of safely resuming training laid out for anyone who has the interest into reading into it, UFC Performance Institute has also included a massive amount of stats on past fighter SCAT-5 scores and symptom severity. This is really where the 482-page document shines. It takes all of the data collected by UFC Performance Institute over the past 4 years and shares it freely. It is undoubtedly the most dense collection of fighter and fighting data ever released. Now, it was posted on MMA Mania's Twitter account.
This should have been on the picture right here. You know, concussion story, but a little Diego Sanchez on it. No, Tony Ferguson would have been great.
Yeah. Now, they said, we are slowly aggregating our own insights and our information here in the Performance Institute, and we want to share that UFC's VP of Performance, Duncan French, we don't want the PI to become an ivory tower where the information is only retained for a discrete 600 roster of fighters. Beyond stats and data, UFC PI also lays out the fundamental skills used in mixed martial arts and basically breaks the sport down to its raw components. A skill evaluation process included on page 45 isn't just helpful for staff and coaches to assess fighters. Anyone taking the time to evaluate these athletes using this criteria could probably up their sports betting game as well. All in all, we advise you download this now. It's a next level knowledge about how MMA fighters compete and how martial arts works on a basic level. So they did post on MMA Mania's Twitter account, like the whole layout. If you guys want to go see it, it's 2 tweets, and they kind of dig into that book of understanding these new protocols.
All right, let's look at it. I got to be honest, though. You kind of lost me in the story. So what's going on here?
It's just new UFC concussion protocols.
This account owner limits who can view their tweets.
They don't want us seeing their tweets, Moss.
What the fuck?
We're blocked.
Are we blocked?
Yeah.
Who blocked? Wait, who? Oh, can we find out who did this tweet? So who we blocked by now?
MMA Mania.
Oh, that's right. These bloody cunts. Oh, well, we're blocked. I forgot. So you know what? They can go fuck themselves. Fuck themselves. Fuck themselves. This is from fucking 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
They don't like us.
Yeah, fuck MMA Mania. Can I get a fuck MMA Mania in the chat with that flying Brian piece of shit? And who else is that?
Zane Simon.
Zane Simon. That fucking lisping faggot. Nothing wrong with lisping faggots. He's just the worst of the lisping fags. God damn it, MMA Mania. Look at those cunts. All right, fuck this article too then. I'm sorry, Ellie. Earmuffs, Ellie. I'm triggered.
CSAC aims to add MMA fighters to boxers' pension fund.
That's cool.
That is cool. It's according to Stephen Morocco of MMA Fighting. The California State Athletic Commission will hold a stakeholders meeting on May 11th to discuss the expansion of a boxer's pension fund to include MMA fighters. The meeting takes place via Zoom and is open to the public, as well as members of combat sports industry. The Boxers Pension Fund is funded by tax to promoters on ticket sales and
what kind of pension though? Is it like a lump sum? That's not really a pension.
For every ticket sold to a boxing event, 88 cents goes to the fund with a cap of $4,600 per event.
But are they going to get paid for the rest of their life, or is it going to be that bullshit? Like, all right, you got a pension and it's a fucking lump sum. That's not a pension.
It's boxers who meet its age and experience requirements that have to be over 50 years old and have fought a specified number of rounds with no more than a 3-year break are eligible to receive a portion of the money from the fund. To date, the fund is valued at approximately $5.3 million and has cut checks from the low 5 figures into the 6 figures for retired boxers. CSAC Executive Director Andy Foster told us to MMA Mania, the money is not life-changing in most cases, but the idea of the pension is to provide a small safety net for fighters who put their health on the line when they compete.
Sucks, man. It's too bad that these guys and gals, you make it to the UFC, probably not getting paid, but you deserve.
Yeah.
At least if you're set for life, though, that'd be awesome.
But Foster did say that adding MMA fighters simply brings the fund into the present with the popularity of the sport. So you got to think now the money is coming in from 2 organizations, or from MMA and boxing organizations.
Well, I think I truly think that they deserve everything that they can get. They deserve more money, of course. Everyone's been yelling and screaming, and it would be nice if they can put together a pension package. I mean, I guess anything's better than nothing. So I'm not gonna complain, but good for them. At least it's something. All right, what else we got? You see too many athletes, like, they retire and they don't know what to do with their lives. Not everyone can get behind a mic and be entertaining like me.
Wonderful.
They all can't be as charismatic as me, Jess.
I will never be able to take Colby serious again after he called the cops on Verdun for hitting him with a boomerang.
It is true. Every time there's a public scuffle, Colby Covington's on his phone, or he's heading for the hills. So that does make it difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying he's a pussy, but I mean, it doesn't look good. The boomerang. Remember that? The boomerang? That was hysterical, man. Fabricio Verdum would have destroyed him if you think about it, right?
You think so?
Oh, yeah, man. What about Verdum? And was it Verdum and Tony Ferguson? Who was the one that Tony Ferguson was going off on? I'm like, Tony, you're going to die. I think it was Verdum, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Does anyone remember who was the one that Ferguson was mouthing off to? I think it was Fabricio. I can't remember.
Well, Verdum believes the PFL will be the final home in his fighting career, Moss. According to Damon Martin.
Yeah, let's roid it up, baby. Let's do it. Let's go.
At 43 years old, Fabricio Verdum is feeling better than ever as he prepares for his PFL debut on Thursday, where he seeks to claim another championship along with a $1 million prize. The former UFC heavyweight champion inked a deal with the promotion after reaching free agency following his last fight, a submission win over Alexander Gustafsson in July 2020. Since that time, Verdum has continued training and preparing for what he hopes will be a very successful season. While he won't actually fight for the promotion until later this week, Verdum has been incredibly impressed by the organization so far, especially when it comes to how the athletes are treated. With plans to fight for at least another year or two before possibly contemplating retirement, Verdum expects to close out his career with the PFL, and he wants to stay with the organization even after he's done trading punches for a paycheck.
Okay. You guys pumped up about Verdum over there, PFL? Does anyone give a shit?
It.
Is he 42 or
43.
43?
Yeah. It's exciting though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like knowing people fighting in PFL. It makes it more interesting to me. The casual side of me doesn't want to learn about new fighters. I think I'm lazy. Like I need some. Give me a couple of names in here, and then I'll learn about the other fighters. Mm-hmm. But if you give me a whole card of people that I had to learn about, I didn't like school. You know, I don't like remembering shit and be like, oh yeah, that guy. Like I just want to see people I know. Is that lazy of me, Jess?
Yes.
Like I know Verdum. Yeah, that's cool. I'll watch that. Kayla Harrison. Yeah, I know. I love White Man Can't Jump.
Stop it.
This is like the reboot over here, right? This is the.
You are so mean.
It's Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. The fucking baby's shaking from my belly. Right? This is White Men Can't Jump 2 here. That's tomorrow night. PFL will be reacting. ESPN Plus, link in the description. Everyone use our promo link immediately. All right, what else we got in the news?
Okay, Amanda Nunes says Dana White wants to end the featherweight division, but as long as she's champion, she wants it open. Dana White wants to end.
Amanda Nunes got the best accent ever. She sounds like a baby. Like she actually sounds like a grown baby.
That's really annoying.
What? That's
that
Amanda
sound.
Nunes.
All right. According to Guilherme Cruz of MMA Fighting, Amanda Nunes isn't ready to say goodbye to her champ status anytime soon. The UFC queen, who prepares her to put her 135-pound belt on the line against Juliana Pena on August 7th after successfully defending the 145-pound throne against Megan Anderson, said the company doesn't sound that interested in keeping the featherweight class around. Nunes says it's hard to find featherweights to build a division in the UFC. The company doesn't have half dozen female 145-pounders on its roster currently, and Lioness feels that Megan Anderson might be one of the only natural featherweights. Nunes fought 3 times at featherweight in the UFC, defeating Cyborg Anderson and Felicia Spencer. Even though Nunes is critical of the lack of talent in the division and defends it, stays around so she can hold multiple bets forever. The Brazilian fighter doesn't mind seeing the UFC shopping around for contenders instead of building an actual weight class.
Baby just freaked me out, Jess. I looked down while you were reading this, and she just opened her eyes and goes like this. She's like this. That was really creepy, kid. She was dead asleep, and she just goes like this.
No, she didn't.
Yes. And I'm like freak. What the hell? Did you just get possessed?
She's waking up.
What's going on? You don't like this show? This show pissing you off? All right, I'm sorry. Back into the story. It was completely distracting. Devil baby. Hit the like for Devil baby. Her head's going to start spinning soon. The spawn of Satan.
All right. Nunes is slated to defend the bantamweight gold opposite Pena at UFC 265 after revealing she has turned down the Ultimate Fighter coaching gig opposite Pena so she wouldn't stay away from her newborn Reagan at the moment. And Moss is gone. So he's going to go put her down, watch. And she's going to fuss because he held her. He should have just let her be, let her cry it out so she could go to sleep. But he had to pick her up. She knows her MMA already, says CN. I'm on to you, Pa, says Taco Slurpees. Yeah, she's probably, she does this eye roll thing. She's like that newborn Rem. So she probably rolled her eyes or something. Colm says Amanda versus Valentina. Valentina said that a Nunes trilogy is probably the way to go. The problem is, where's that fight going to be? What division? It would make sense for Shevchenko to move so she could be a double champ, right? But I don't know. Super Skunk says, how are you feeling, JBH? A wonderful, wonderful Super Skunk. Thank you for asking.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Carl Gray says, Jess already knows this. Has the baby dropped anchor in Diaper Bay? Moss, you're kidding me. I wish I could show you what I'm seeing right now. He puts the baby down, and she's not even asleep. She's just laying there kicking around. So she's going to start screaming when he walks away. He's trying to put a pacifier in her mouth right now. She's trying to sleep, and he's bothering her. Oh my god, what a mess. Drugstar says, I don't think Nunes could get down to 125. I think it would be interesting to see her try. Nunes is a dude. Told ya. I feel like the matchmakers would only accept the third fight at 125 since they seem like they are satisfied with Nunes winning the first two at 135. But the question is, and like Drunk said, can Nunes make 125? No. Nunes isn't a dude.
No, she won't. She won't.
It would be interesting to see her try for sure.
She's a big, strong woman. Strong, powerful woman. All right, what else we got in the news? What else we got here? We got some more show left. Make sure if you haven't done so yet, hit the like button. We're looking for 200 likes here, for God's sakes. If you have a heart in your chesticles, please hit that like button. Let's get to 200 tonight. And thank you to the new subscribers that popped in here. We're all wonderful, wonderful human beings. Tito. What's up with Tito?
Yeah, Tito filed for unemployment while being paid by Huntington Beach. Why he would do this, I don't know.
Why is everyone laughing?
According to Tim Daniels of the Bleacher Report, former UFC light heavyweight champ Tito Ortiz has come under scrutiny in California for filing paperwork for unemployment benefits while still receiving his salary as a member of the Huntington Beach City Council. Hetty Chang of NBC Los Angeles reported Tuesday that Ortiz submitted Employment Development Department documents saying his time on the council ended February 9th, but Mayor Kim Carr disputed that filing, saying that's not true. He's been receiving the same amount of wages and hours. Ortiz, a Republican, won an election for a spot on the council in November and was officially sworn in as the city's mayor pro tem in December, which put him in the line to take over as mayor in 2022. The city rotates that position among its city council members. Carr said the former MMA star makes $1,500 a month.
Super chat.
What do we got here? Corey.
I just wanted to show some love. Sorry it's not much, but times are tough, lol.
My goodness. I mean, $5. Just giving us $5 is insane. Thank you, Corey, so much. And just hit that like button. Seriously, that helps tremendously. You have no idea. But Corey, I hope things get better for you and whatever. I hope you're entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I was saying this on the gaming stream. You guys have no idea. Your donations have helped this channel incredibly. So if you can't donate, that's fine. Just drop a like and it's just as good, guys and gals.
Carr said that Ortiz makes $1,500 a month along with a stipend and an expense allowance as part of the elected position. She told Chang it's possible Ortiz committed fraud by seeking unemployment benefits. She said, it's my understanding that city council members are not eligible for unemployment, particularly when they are receiving their full salary. Ortiz hasn't publicly commented on the matter. Chang noted the city council previously considered removing Ortiz's mayor pro tem title for his refusal to wear a mask at council meetings and at a local restaurant. Ortiz, who's 46 years old, is a Huntington Beach native who rose to prominence as one of the UFC's biggest stars in the early 2000s. His last bout with the promotion came in July 2012. His most recent fight came at a Combate Americas event in December, where he scored a submission victory over Jose Rodriguez, formerly known as WWE wrestler Alberto Del Rio.
Little update. Baby's dead asleep, Jessie. Look at that.
No, she's
Bang.
not dead asleep.
That's
Look at her.
I'm the
She's
baby
moving.
whisperer.
She's moving.
Keep it down. Huh? Thank you.
Her eyes are opening. She's not dead asleep.
I am dad of the year. I'm father of the year, as I just put her to sleep.
Look at, she's blinking.
That's what babies do when they sleep.
Yeah, they blink.
They blink, yeah, because Yeah. All right, Chris Weidman. By the way, I heard he cried in an interview. I didn't get to see it, but I always enjoy watching a fighter. No. I don't know what the fuck it is about. Like, I like watching celebrities or athletes cry. And there's something wrong with me about that. Why do I get so engaged by it? Like when Diego started tearing up, like I don't want to see him hurt.
Maybe you like seeing other people in.
I like watching people cry, yeah. Why is that? Is there something wrong with me for enjoying? Like if there's an interview and someone starts to tear up, like on our show, it's the highest of respects when we've had guests cry. Like we've had some people cry on our show because it's so horrible. No, I'm kidding. We've had guests actually tear up on our show and get emotional, and it's like a badge of honor, you know, to get them to that point where they get so emotionally invested in their story and to let out their emotions. It's kind of cool. And I like watching fighters and athletes and celebrities, and something's buzzing. It's driving me nuts.
Nothing is buzzing. Stop it. It's not buzzing.
No. Anyway, yeah, what is that? Is it a sadist? Like, what's that problem? Why do I enjoy watching celebrities and athletes cry in interviews? I don't know why. I'm like, oh, this is the part where they're gonna cry. She woke her up. She fucking woke the baby up. I tell you what, this girl. I go in there, the baby's fine, and then look what happens. Mosh, you're a bully boy moopit. So mean, dude. Make you see they're only human. Maybe that's what it is, Colm. Maybe, you know, when you see a sensitive side to an athlete or a human being, athlete or a celebrity or whatever, I gotta lower the baby. She's got it on full blast, serenading us with her yelling. Why is this thing so fucking loud? All right, let me turn off her mic. Yeah, so maybe that's what it is. They're more human. You know, they come across as these badasses. They're so tough, this and that. When you see them emotionally, like, damn, man, they bleed like you and me. I'm Barbara Walters. Barbara, is she still alive, Barbara? You're right, Moss. That was on purpose. Diego is a loser. Ellie just wants to be a part of the show. Yeah, she just wants to get on. She's like, move over, guys. I got this. So like we said before, if you're just jumping in, we have 3 fight cards to react to. Tomorrow we have PFL, we have Bellator, and we have the UFC. Now, I want to know in the chat, how many people are going to be hanging with us for all 3 cards? Do you have what it takes to be a full-time MMA hole? Let me know with the yes, sir, or no. If you'll be hanging with us for PFL, Bellator, and the UFC Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the trifecta, the hat trick of shows, as we're going to be rolling through with our fight buddies. And if you're new to this, make sure you subscribe because it's a roller coaster of ridiculousness. Steven said, yeah, I'm in. Drunk's in. DVSV says, maybe. We got more fun with me. Yeah, he's in. Let's see who else is in. The Glove Touch is in. NH is in. CN is in. Joe B is fucking in. Kayla's in. Whimsy's like, hell fucking yeah. NH is like, yes, who's in? Who's fucking in? Gozarian's in. Smith is in. Be on after work, Colm? That's wonderful, wonderful. Yes, sir. Thank you, Frank. We're looking forward to hanging with you. DVSV says, I'll try. All right, fair enough. Look at this. The MMA-Holes are going to be in attendance. And I want to give a shout-out to the members in the chat. I see a bunch of brown belts as well. You are 1 belt away from a black belt. The brown belts in the chat. 1 belt away from the coveted black belt. So good luck. Oh, not good luck. Congratulations to all your upgrades in there. Loyal friends of the show. Really appreciate your support.
Super chat.
Corey going back to back.
Y'all buy your little girl a toy or help pay a bill. Have a good night. What do you think about Jorge Masvidal's future?
I like Nick Diaz. I think if Nick Diaz is really serious, he turned down KHAMZAT. Nick Diaz versus Jorge is the fight. You know, you throw that BMF thing back out there again. It's fun. Avenge his brother's loss. That is the fight. No question in my mind. That's the one to make. And if Nate Diaz finds a way to beat Leon Edwards and Jorge beats up Nick or something, then you can run those 2 back. It's just fun. So that's what I would say. If I'm Jorge Masvidal, I'm looking for big money fights. He's not beating Usman. Or maybe hope for Colby Covington to defeat Usman and then try to give Colby a shot. I don't think Jorge's going to fight Colby. I think those two aren't going to line up either. I just think it's a bad matchup. So if I'm Jorge, I'm fighting like Nick Diaz. I'm fighting guys that I can get paid for. Even if I lose, it's fun. It makes some cash. And thank you again, Corey, for that donation. Appreciate that. I'm on my 3rd or 4th band, IDO. Just have Nick fight Strikers. Oh, I lost you. I'm sorry. Where'd you go here? Strikers, there's no way he wants to fight grapplers for the title anymore, says David Islas. Massive Irish fan of BJS, but I'm worried and excited, says Colm. I'm day one, says Daryl, excuse me. How do I see what color my belt is, says Sluchewski. Well, you got to become a member, man. You got to hit the join button underneath our videos if you'd like to support the show. But yeah, check it out. To those of you that want those special fancy emojis, like CCN's got the green belt hanging in there. Here's our show. That's don't ever skip the ads, by the way, guys. Don't ever do that. What I just did there, never do that. Yeah, so right under here. Oh shit, yo, we like it too. 4 away, by the way, 200 likes. Just hit this join button over here, and it is a $2.99 a month shit over here, but you get to belt up, and no one has the coveted black belt with the crown next to their name yet. It's coming. It's coming very soon, but people are up to brown belt already, and you get all these wonderful, wonderful emojis. So if you'd like to support the show, just hit the join. Like we said, you're not obligated at all. You can just hit the like button. That helps as well. If you don't know how the like button helps, it just throws us in the algorithm and grows our community. So, and we get more AdSense. We get a couple more pennies. So that's a little behind the scenes stuff. All right, we got some more stories to get to here. Let's see what else Jessie has queued up. So the Chris Weidman thing, I did not see the interview, but you know, he's all teared up, and he has to be, he's got to be hurting, man. Like this guy, Chris Weidman, was in the best shape of his life. He was looking to make one more run if he beats Uriah Hall, maybe a fight or two away of being right back into the mix. And what happens is his leg bends around the leg of Uriah Hall. The exact same thing that happened to his opponent, Anderson Silva. It has to be one of the worst things ever for a guy like Chris Weidman. And you have to think, you know, the recovery to come back from something like this, it could be done, but he's going to be way, way out of his prime years. You know, he's probably out of it now. But imagine being sidelined for a year or two. So I wish the best for Chris Weidman. And that's a tough experience. Donald Cerrone shares a story of Joshua Fabia getting beat up in a bar. Jesse was talking about this earlier, and I could see it, man. Bar fights happen, and especially if you have a big personality. And I'm telling you, look out for the little guys, man. Little guys at bars, they like to scrap. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like the barking chihuahua. Like you go to the bar, and for some reason, there's some little guy just trying to, you know, nip at your ankles. I don't know what that is. It's like the Napoleon complex or something. So I could see it. I could see this Fabia talking some shit, and who knows? But I got to see the interview with Cowboy Cerrone. I'm assuming that's a media scrum or something. Is that what it was, Jess? The media scrum? Oh, okay. Is she eating again, this kid? Oh, my God, this kid. She had a poopy... Oh, well, there you go. There you go. See, I pulled it off. I didn't have to change the diaper, so I win. All right, so we got the Fabia story on here twice. We have it three times. Oh, we got a new member. What the fuck? Corey Herman has just membered up. You are now a white belt, friend. You are now a white belt. Members, drop your favorite emoji right now. Woo! Hell yeah, baby. You have earned your white belts, and thank you for being a white belt MMA hole. By the way, it says 123 members here. Is that accurate? Do you know? Is there a way? Can you dip under and check real quick? Just yeah, I'll go to a different scene. Jesse's. I see the Aljo one. The Aljo is a fan favorite. It's one of my favorites, to be honest. I can't remove that one. It's too fucking funny. We have a little baby Ellie in there, myself and Jesse. We have Anu and Still. We got some emojis of marijuana, the UFC thumbs up, the whole deal. So. It just helps us, you know, supports us and keeps us going. So I appreciate it. By the way, we hit something spectacular over here. We got 200 fucking likes. You guys did it. You guys did it. My God. You did it on a Wednesday night. Aljo's in the chat. Aljo's in the chat. Come on.
We got the goals. I got the goals. We hit the lock. We hit the lock. Goals. Goals, goals, goals. Lock the goals. We got the lock, lock, lock. Lock the goals. Slap the likes. Slap the likes.
Slap it.
It's time for likes. I slap the like. 14. We hit the goals. We hit the goals. We hit the like. We hit the like goals.
Yeah. Yes. Jamaica. Look at the Aljos in the chat. Beautiful. Thank you for the 200 likes. We hit 300 likes. We'll just do it again. I know you guys can do it. I have faith in the people. Where are we at with the members, Jess?
121. I'm changing it right now.
121. Okay. So we are getting very close. All right. The bar's changing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to still figure this out, which emoji we're going to add. But you're going to see this over here pop down at 125 members, which is kind of insane. 125 members. We will get the new emoji that we can drop on here. And let me know in the chat what you would like an emoji of. So many ridiculous things we can throw there. But we are close. We're 4 members away. So that's kind of wild, man. Absolutely wild. All right, let's see what else we have in the news. We're going to wind this thing down. And like I said, 3 nights in a row. A Bellarici emoji. What do you think about a Bellarici emoji? That would be something else. Colby Blast. All right, so yeah, we just finished. Wow, we finished all the stories.
Right on the 2-hour mark.
So is there anything else that we missed before we leave? I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we didn't touch on? If you missed the whole Diego Sanchez conversation, it was in the first half of the stream, literally an hour on this story. It's fascinating. The what he said on this interview with his coach, his relationship with the UFC. So definitely run it back, and I want to know in the comment section down below, if you're watching the replay, what you think about that. A couple of comments from the chat. We'll get the fook out of here. Yuri antenna emoji. That's not bad. Diego's coach emoji. we could just put Scott Baio, right? There's a bullshit story to rock the Saul camp. I'm going to go back and watch. All right, Duke, yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think. I would like to know your opinion. I'm curious. I actually want to know everyone's opinion in the comment section on that, because I think it's an interesting story. I know a lot of people are going to throw, hey, he's washed up. It doesn't matter. CTE, whatever. Everyone's probably going to dump on his coach, which I get. But I want to know, are you team Diego? Do you think that the UFC is doing him dirty? UFC CTE? Okay. Yuri emoji would be wonderful, wonderful. And news, said the glove touch. Jorge getting KO'd emoji. Oof. Oof. That could be something. All right. Fabia Charles Manson reincarnate. Oh, man. Yeah, we can come up with something good here. We're only 4 members away. That is crazy. A big thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us tonight. Yes, we have child. Jessie's breastfeeding right now. But we're still going forward. We're still moving forward with the show. It's our lives, man. We love hanging out with this community. The fact that you guys keep on showing back up on a Wednesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Saturday night is absolutely wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful,
so
wonderful.
A big round of applause to the OGs and the new Gs in the chat, baby. Big round of applause. Without you, there wouldn't be any of us. So thank you so much for the support. We're going to get the fook out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see any of our sponsors, there's links down below, the promo codes, the discounts. Everyone that orders shit through our sponsors helps us out too. It just looks good for us. We have a big call at ESPN tomorrow. Oh my. By the way, what time is the fight start? Ooh, we got to look into that. We might have to move that call. All right, anyway, we have big things coming here on the show. So, like I said, it's all because of you guys and gals. So thank you so much for that. And always remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.